Hi folks, back to the Amazing Education Station. Welcome back, or welcome if you've never been here. And remember, it's about the information that you need to know. It's not about the video. Yeah, so you're not going to get amazing charts, graphs, video, stock footage, and so on. No, it's just for listening to. It's about the information that's going to benefit you and help you have a happy, healthier, wealthier, better future, and a peaceful world. If you watch all the videos, check out the rest of the videos by clicking on the name of the channel, Amazing Education. This is not financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor, but often it's financial education. Now there's a wonderful channel to watch. I also recommend Financial Education, and it's fun, but I do recommend that you get a financial advisor. Don't be buying stocks like this fellow. Don't get into stock trading and cryptocurrency unless it's with maybe 10% of your disposable income, disposable savings that you don't mind losing, because 90% of people do lose their money, or maybe make very little compared to professional investors. So anyway, this video is about more red flags, and about beautiful electric vehicles, which I do recommend. So other red flags to keep an eye out for if you have a rental property is you may find yourself in a rental situation where the people are very wealthy, and if that's okay for you, then you may know how to handle this type of person. But if, for example, it's a wealthy person and they're having trouble going through a downturn, why are they renting? And they're renting an expensive place from you. So if that's your situation, you may find high turnover. Like, they get back on their feet and they buy a house, and so therefore you've lost your renters. And they may not be honest. All renters, when they're applying, may not give you truthful information. They could be planning on just being there for a couple months. They might be well qualified with good credit scores, but haven't rented. Maybe they've owned a house, so you can't get past landlord or current landlord verification or recommendation, because they've lived with their family for 24 years maybe. So they have no history to check in that regard. And you have to run a criminal background check and credit check, absolutely. But so anyway, my point is, you might lose those renters maybe after a year or 9 months or something like that. Yes, it's happened to me. And it's because anybody with enough money to rent an expensive place is going to figure out they could just as well just buy a house. So it's why there's the slumlord situation stereotype, but it's based on reality. The people that can't take care of their finances can just barely pay rents and pay rent late and ask for extensions and lower rents, and often damage property, leave trash, and don't take care of many things and cause all sorts of problems. Why do they do it? It's because those kind of people can't figure out their lives well enough to own, save up, qualify, and have a decent job. So they are going to be renters, and probably all their lives, and probably their families, perhaps. That's not a probably, that's a maybe. So their families were as well. lifelong renters who may also have a negative impression of owners and business people and the so-called wealthy, or 1% or 5% or the top 50%. And yeah, so anyway, so that's a little bit opposite of the wealthy problem. But if you have sort of a nice rental property, as I do, sort of a medium nice, and they call them A neighborhoods. So an A neighborhood would just be people maybe in the top 10% of incomes live there, and for that state or that area. And it's not an A plus, but sort of an A neighborhood. Another issue or black flag is, as I said, they might be lazy or a little bit used to having other people do things for them and not taking effort. So, and not interested in doing any effort. If they're say a business owner, maybe they've gone out of business, gone bankrupt, or some other thing, retired, and they might treat you like an employee and just say, oh, I expect to have this done and that done, and question you, and not have a cordial friendship relationship. You would have rather like a employee owner or employee boss, where they are the boss and you are just the help. And then, although you might get paid very well, maybe you also might not, and also not be treated in a way over and over again throughout a long relationship. Could be years, where you don't want to get rid of them, and you maybe have no reason to say, well, I don't want to continue, other than you just don't like them. But then, do you want to be doing that? Now, if you really don't have a choice, you can't find anybody that you like, and then here's somebody wealthy and they check out and they pay their bills, you might not want to rent at all. You might want to sell the property if you just don't enjoy it and you don't need the income. Maybe, as right now it's 2022 and the housing market is very expensive compared to the recent past. It's gone up probably 40% or more in the last 2 years, and chances are it's going to come down as the pandemic calms down and as new homes are finished. So housing prices would either stop their meteoric rise or actually be reduced compared to what they were in the last few years. Or just compared to inflation, you might have 12% inflation, but housing prices only rise at 5% for the next year, and therefore, in relation to the price of everything else, the housing is somewhat cheaper. So anyway, it may be time to sell now. A good idea before the prices come down even more. And that's one thing that would drive down prices, is a slight drop in prices when they've been going up and up and up, would encourage people, a lot of people, to sell before it drops more. And they had been waiting because prices kept going up and up and up. A lot of people would want to wait, and they would not want to sell. They might want to wait until prices get even better and higher, so they make more money. But as soon as it turns, that's the time, okay, sell now. People do that with stocks and with houses. So, okay, take care. Hope that helps out. Like, thumbs up, and subscribe. Thank you.